Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some of the most surprising treasures from British coin history, the United Kingdom 1-penny coins. Most pennies are extremely common, but a handful of rare dates, mint marks, and special versions can be worth far more than face value. Some have sold for impressive prices at auctions when found in excellent condition. If you've got old British pennies lying around, one of these could be hiding in your collection. Let's get started with the top 7 most valuable UK 1-penny coins. First up, the UK 1-penny 1906 coin. Even in black, circulated condition, this is a coin collector's dream about because of its unmatched age, historic charm, and rising demand in today's action-packed global coin market. If you are looking for a coin that could one day make you a millionaire, you are in the right place. The UK 1-penny from 1906 takes us back more than a century, into the era of King Edward VII, a time when the British Empire was at its peak and British currency flowed across continents. This coin is not just money. It is a piece of world history that survived wars, economic shifts, and cultural evolution. Holding it is like stepping directly into the early 1900s, a remarkable period of royal heritage and international influence. The obverse of the coin proudly displays the mature portrait of King Edward VII, giving it huge historical prestige. The design reflects strength, dignity, and authority, and collectors value this portrait era because Edward VII reigned for only a short time. That limited timeline adds a natural rarity to all coins minted under his reign, including the 1906 penny, which now stands as a symbol of a brief yet powerful chapter of British monarchy. The reverse features Britannia, seated gracefully with her trident and shield, overlooking the world with confidence. This iconic design has long been celebrated by collectors for its beauty, elegance, and symbolic strength. Even in circulated condition, the remaining details of Britannia carry a majestic charm, reminding collectors of Britain's global power and rich cultural identity during that era. Coins from 1906 were used heavily in daily transactions, passing through countless hands over decades, which means that well-preserved pieces grow rarer every year. A circulated coin that still holds its form, with lettering, date, and Britannia visible, is already a rarity. The black tone that develops over time gives the coin a natural antique look, adding depth and historical character that collectors appreciate. The demand for Edwardian pennies is rising rapidly, not only in the UK but throughout the world. Many collectors are building full penny date sets, and the early 1900s coins are becoming essential pieces. This increased demand means the 1906 penny is more desirable than ever, especially as collectors search for examples that carry originality, age, and authenticity. Scarcity plays an important role in boosting the value of this coin. Since most 1906 pennies were lost, damaged, cleaned, or corroded over the last 100 years, surviving pieces with strong detail are pulled into private collections and rarely returned to the open market. Every time a collector stores one away, the available supply becomes smaller, causing the value to rise steadily. In today's numismatic market, early 20th century British coins are extremely hot collectibles. The UK 1-penny 1906 is no exception, with collectors paying premium prices for pieces that show age, depth, and untouched natural condition. Even circulated examples are gaining traction, especially ones that preserve their original surfaces without aggressive cleaning. When it comes to value, the 1906 penny is highly respected. Depending on condition, detail, and eye appeal, these coins can attract strong prices in auctions, online marketplaces, and private sales. Circulated examples with strong remaining detail can still surprise sellers by selling well above expectations, especially when offered to international collectors who recognize the coin's historic weight. Black-toned circulated pieces have their own category of demand, as many collectors admire the natural color tones formed after more than a century of oxidization. This darkened surface gives the coin a museum-quality antique look that appeals to buyers seeking authenticity and historical atmosphere rather than artificial shine. Collectors seeking long-term growth see this coin as a reliable investment. Its age, historical significance, and royal portrait ensure that it will only rise in value over time. Experts expect Edward VII coins to continue appreciating as more collectors focus on early 20th century British series, especially coins minted before the First World War. If you are hunting for a 1906 penny, estate sales, old family collections, antique dealers, and online marketplaces are some of the best places to look. Many people still underestimate the value of old British pennies, making it possible for lucky collectors to find these treasures at low prices before listing them on high-demand platforms for profits. To protect your investment, proper storage is essential. Keep the coin in a protective holder, avoid cleaning it, and store it in a dry environment to preserve the natural toning that gives it value. The better you preserve its originality, the more your coin will attract future collectors willing to pay a premium. The UK 1 penny 1906 is more than just a coin. It is a royal relic, a piece of global history, and a symbol of British strength during the Edwardian era. It carries the soul of the past with elegance and dignity, attracting collectors who want to own something truly meaningful and rare. In conclusion, the UK 1 penny 1906 coin in black, circulated condition is a rising star in the global coin market. With its historical power, stunning design, growing rarity, and increasing demand, this coin represents an exceptional opportunity for collectors and investors alike. It is a treasure worth holding on to, a reminder that the smallest coin can hold the biggest value. Stay tuned, because your next great discovery could be right in your pocket. Next up, the UK 1 penny 1920 coin. Even in dirty condition, this coin holds immense interest in today's growing collector market. With rising global demand and increasing awareness of early 20th century British coinage, this coin could be the kind of discovery that leads you toward millionaire-level opportunities if you know how to recognize its true potential. The UK 1 penny 1920 takes us back to the period just after World War I, a time when Britain was rebuilding, economies were shifting, and the world was entering a new era. Coins from this year are deeply connected to the cultural and historical environment of the early 1920s, making them incredibly appealing to collectors who value both monetary and historical worth. Every surviving piece is a reminder of a time when the world was reshaping itself. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the distinguished portrait of King George V, one of the most admired monarchs in British numismatic history. His portrait is associated with stability, leadership, and strength during a dramatic period of change. Collectors around the world actively seek George V pennies because they represent an era filled with transformation, and the 1920 penny is one of the key dates they chase in the series. The reverse proudly features Britannia, seated strong and elegant, holding her trident while guarding the shield of the British Empire. This design is iconic and admired by collectors for its timeless symbolism. Even in dirty condition, the design elements of the 1920 penny maintain their powerful identity, showcasing the craftsmanship and artistic precision of early British minting. Coins from 1920 are especially significant because this year marked a transitional era in British currency. Many coins were used heavily for decades, meaning that surviving examples today, especially those with clear details, are admired for their endurance. A dirty surface on a coin this old is not a weakness. Rather, it proves authenticity and age, making it even more desirable for collectors who value originality. The rarity of the 1920 penny becomes clear when you understand how many were lost through circulation, melting, and natural wear over the last century. The number of high-quality survivors is far smaller than the original production. As more collectors enter the market from Europe, America, and Asia, the remaining supply continues to shrink, increasing the value of every piece still preserved today. Collectors love the 1920 penny because it comes from the golden age of British bronze coinage. This was a period where craftsmanship was high, metal quality was strong, and the designs were full of British symbolism. A coin from this era, especially one that has retained its identity through the decades, is always in demand. Dirty condition simply adds that natural antique character that many collectors admire. The 1920 penny also benefits from the rising enthusiasm of collectors completing date sets of George V coinage. Whenever collectors build full sets, coins like the 1920 penny become essential, which increases both demand and market price. Even circulated examples are gaining strong auction activity, proving that collectors recognize its long-term investment strength. In today's action market, this coin has a very stable and promising value range. Depending on the sharpness of its details, surviving examples can attract more competitive bids than expected. The antique appearance created by decades of natural aging helps the coin stand out, especially among collectors who prefer untouched, non-clean pieces with an original surface. The value of the 1920 penny is supported by how quickly it disappears into private collections. Once a collector obtains a strong example, they rarely sell it. This low turnover intensifies the scarcity, which in turn pushes prices upward. More people entering the hobby naturally increases the pressure on remaining coins, leading to long-term growth in value. Collectors aiming to secure this coin should look in auctions, estate clearances, antique markets, private sales, and online numismatic spaces. Many non-collectors underestimate the worth of old pennies, meaning lucky buyers can still find hidden gems. Once preserved properly, these coins can fetch impressive amounts in future resale markets. To maintain and grow the value of your coin, avoid cleaning it. The dirty tone often carries decades of natural oxidation that collectors love. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder to preserve its authenticity and aged appearance. The more original the coin looks, the more collectors will compete to own it. The UK 1 penny 1920 is more than just a piece of currency. It represents British history, post-war resilience, artistic design excellence, and long-term collectible importance. For many enthusiasts, it is a coin that reflects the spirit of a changing world while holding strong investment potential in today's fast-growing market. Every coin from this era has a story of survival, and the 1920 penny is one of the most charming examples. It has crossed generations, witnessed massive changes, and still stands strong as a valuable collector's piece that many investors are hoping to add to their collection before prices rise even further. In conclusion, the UK 1 penny 1920 coin in dirty condition remains an incredibly high-demand collectible. Its historical significance, royal portrait, iconic design, rising rarity, and impressive market performance make it a powerful addition to any collection. This coin carries the potential to amaze collectors and reward investors, proving once again that even the smallest coin can unlock big opportunities. Next up, the UK 1 penny 1967 coin is one of the most iconic and highly sought-after pieces from the final years of Britain's pre-decimal currency. Even in circulated condition, this coin continues to attract massive attention from collectors, historians, and investors who recognize its rising potential in today's action-packed coin market. The 1967 penny carries historical charm, timeless design, and growing collector demand, making it the kind of coin that could transform an ordinary discovery into a millionaire-level opportunity. The story of the 1967 penny begins during a time of major transition in the United Kingdom. As the nation prepared to shift from old-style currency to a decimalized system, the Royal Mint produced large quantities of pennies for everyday use. This coin represents the final chapter of a monetary era that served the UK for centuries. Because of this, the 1967 penny holds a strong emotional and historical connection to British identity and tradition. This penny was issued under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, making it part of one of the most beloved and widely celebrated royal periods in modern history. The obverse features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, beautifully sculpted and full of elegance. Even in circulated condition, the design still shines with royal dignity, capturing a historic moment in her early reign and strengthening the coin's collector appeal. The reverse of the coin features the timeless figure of Britannia, seated proudly with her shield and trident. This classic design symbolizes British strength, power, and naval heritage. Collectors love the artistry of Britannia, and the 1967 penny showcases one of the last appearances of this legendary symbol before the decimal shift. This gives the coin a unique place in British history and adds depth to its collectible value. Another unique strength of the 1967 penny is its connection to the final year of regular penny production before decimalization. This marks it as a closing-era coin, a type that collectors actively search for because it represents the end of a long and important chapter in UK currency. Coins that mark such transitions often gain high demand in global markets, and the 1967 penny is no exception. Even in circulated condition, the 1967 penny holds strong demand because of its age, history, and the beauty of its classical design. Collectors understand that circulated coins tell a story, and many appreciate the natural character that a circulated example carries. These qualities make the coin desirable not only as a historical object, but as a long-term collectible with promising growth potential. The rarity of the 1967 penny becomes more significant each year because many were lost, damaged, or melted during the transition to decimal currency. While it was once common, the number of well-preserved circulated examples available on the market today is much smaller than people expect. This rising scarcity is a major driver behind the coin's increasing market value. Collectors view the 1967 penny as a key piece in any pre-decimal collection. It completes historical sets, carries strong sentimental value, and represents an important era of British life. Because of this, demand remains consistently high, and serious collectors often compete to secure high-quality circulated examples that still retain their original detail, shape, and beauty. The auction market for British pennies has grown tremendously in recent years, especially among international buyers. Collectors from Europe, Australia, Canada, and the United States are now showing great interest in UK pre-decimal coins. This global attention has elevated the 1967 penny to new levels of desirability, contributing directly to its growing dollar value and investment strength. In today's market, the UK 1 penny 1967 coin can achieve impressive dollar values depending on eye appeal, color, and preservation. Even circulated coins can fetch strong prices, especially when they maintain fine details of Britannia and Queen Elizabeth II. With collector enthusiasm rising and availability shrinking, this coin has positioned itself as a standout piece with millionaire-level potential for those who discover rare condition examples. Investors appreciate this coin because it represents stability, history, and increasing scarcity. The value trend for pre-decimal pennies has shown consistent growth year after year, and the 1967 penny stands prominently within this trend. Its status as the final pre-decimal penny makes it even more powerful as a long-term collectible with significant future potential. Collectors aiming to preserve their 1967 penny should store it carefully in a safe holder to protect it from further wear. Even circulated coins benefit greatly from proper storage. Keeping the coin dry, secure, and protected from fingerprints helps maintain its current condition and ensures that it continues to gain market interest over time. Another helpful tip for collectors is to look for examples with attractive color tones. Many circulated 1967 pennies develop deep brown or chocolate hues that collectors absolutely adore. These natural tones add character and charm, increasing both visual appeal and market desirability. Building a pre-decimal collection around the 1967 penny can also elevate its value. When presented as part of a historical theme, this coin becomes even more meaningful and powerful, drawing stronger interest from collectors who appreciate complete sets and unique stories. In conclusion, the UK 1 penny 1967 coin in circulated condition remains one of the strongest and most exciting collectibles in the modern numismatic world. Its historical importance, beautiful design, growing scarcity, and powerful demand make it a standout coin with exceptional value potential. For collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, this remarkable penny offers an extraordinary opportunity to own a piece of the past that continues to rise in value and admiration year after year. Next up, the UK 1 penny 1907 coin is one of those extraordinary treasures that continues to spark excitement among collectors across the world. And today we're going to explore why this circulated condition piece still holds the kind of potential that could turn an ordinary discovery into a millionaire-level opportunity. Even though more than a century has passed since it first entered circulation, the historical weight, stunning design, and strong collector interest make this coin a standout in today's action-driven market. This is a coin with legacy, demand, beauty, and value, all wrapped in one bronze masterpiece. The story of the 1907 penny begins in the Edwardian era, a time when Britain was advancing technologically, expanding globally, and setting standards for modern civilization. Under the reign of King Edward VII, the country was filled with confidence and innovation, and this energy was reflected in its currency. The 1907 penny captures this moment in time perfectly. Each piece minted during this period carries the spirit of early 20th century Britain, making the coin more than currency. It is a preserved slice of national history. When looking at the coin's design, the artistry becomes immediately clear. The obverse features the regal portrait of King Edward VII, created with bold lines and realistic shading that reflect the strength and authority of his rule. Even in circulated condition, the portrait often retains enough detail to express the king's distinct facial features. The reverse proudly displays Britannia, seated with her trident and shield, symbolizing the power, stability, and maritime leadership of Great Britain. This design is one of the most beloved in British numismatics. One of the unique features that makes the 1907 penny so appealing is its long-standing presence in global collections. The bronze composition gives it a beautiful, aged appearance that collectors love, especially when it develops its characteristic deep, dark toning from decades of circulation and storage. Even coins with wear can look majestic, carrying marks that represent more than 100 years of real historical use. This authenticity is what elevates a circulated 1907 penny above many newer coins. The coin's age alone already makes it desirable, but the real interest comes from how few attractive circulated examples remain today. Over the years, countless pennies from this era have been lost, damaged, or corroded. Those that remain in stable circulated condition with strong detail are now in high collector demand. The combination of historical significance and diminishing supply is what pushes this coin into the upper levels of value potential. Rarity plays a major role in why the 1907 penny is so sought after. While not the rarest Edwardian penny, surviving pieces in collector-grade circulated condition have become significantly harder to find, especially overseas. Collectors hunt for even worn examples that still show strong portrait outlines, readable lettering, and decent Britannia detail. When a coin passes all these qualities, it becomes a highly desirable piece in the modern action market. Condition is also a huge part of its appeal. Circulated coins with natural aging and clear details are more valuable than heavily damaged or cleaned pieces. Many collectors appreciate the honest wear that tells the coin's story, its journey through trades, pockets, and generations. The 1907 penny has developed a strong reputation for holding value even in circulated state, because its historical charm outweighs its imperfections. The modern market for Edwardian pennies is extremely active. Worldwide attention has been growing, especially for coins minted before World War I, and the 1907 penny sits right in that sweet spot. Online auctions, private collectors, antique shops, and global coin platforms often see strong bidding activity on these coins. With increasing historical interest and rising antique investment trends, the value trend of this penny continues to move upward. Current market value in dollars varies depending on detail and eye appeal, but well-preserved circulated examples can command impressive prices. Collectors who seek early 20th century British bronze coins are willing to pay premium amounts when they encounter a coin with strong features, natural patina, and no serious flaws. Rare variations, exceptional color tone, or unusually sharp strikes can increase value dramatically. There have been cases where coins from this era attracted unexpectedly high offers due to strong buyer competition. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1907 penny is its long-term investment potential. With global collector interest expanding and with coins over a century old becoming harder to find in stable condition, this penny stands as a powerful candidate for future appreciation. As more people enter the collecting hobby, the demand for Edward VII coins rises even higher, driving values steadily upward. Collectors who own this coin should take great care in preserving it. Storage is key. Keeping the penny in a dry, temperature-stable environment can help protect its surfaces and maintain its natural aging pattern, which collectors admire. Avoid handling it with bare hands to prevent oils from damaging the metal. A small protective sleeve or coin flip can safeguard its value for years to come. For those buying or selling, timing can be everything. Monitoring market trends, watching auction results, and observing collector communities can help you determine the best moment to make a move. With the strong surge in interest for vintage British coins, now is a favorable era for both buyers seeking investment pieces and sellers looking to profit from increasing demand. Another smart collecting tip is to pair the 1907 penny with other Edward VII coins to build a captivating historical set. Collectors love full-era collections, and grouping them adds power, depth, and extra value if you ever decide to sell. The 1907 penny holds a special place in any such set, making it a cornerstone piece. The beauty of the UK 1 penny 1907 coin is that it blends history, demand, rarity, and artistic design all in a single collectible. Even in circulated condition, this coin stands as a powerful reminder of its era and remains a strong contender for future value growth. Whether you own one already or hope to find one someday, this coin represents opportunity, heritage, and financial potential unlike many others. In conclusion, the 1907 1 penny is more than an old bronze coin. It is a piece of historical wealth with rising collector demand, strong market activity, and the kind of long-term value that has turned many ordinary finds into extraordinary treasures. Its story, design, and condition make it an elite choice for collectors seeking something that truly stands the test of time. Next up, the UK 1 penny 1940 coin is one of the most exciting pieces from the early 20th century that still captures the attention of collectors all around the world. Today's market has transformed this wartime penny into a powerful collectible with the kind of potential that turns simple discoveries into millionaire-level opportunities. In very fine condition, this coin shines with historical importance, artistic beauty, and rising investor demand, making it a true treasure for modern collectors. The story of the 1940 penny begins during a pivotal moment in British history. The world was entering World War II, and the United Kingdom was preparing for one of the most challenging periods in its existence. This coin was minted right at the beginning of the conflict, giving it immense historical significance. Each example is a reminder of resilience, strength, and national pride during one of the most defining eras in global history. Under the reign of King George VI, the UK Mint produced coins that reflected class, stability, and the enduring power of the monarchy. The 1940 penny carries the portrait of King George VI, designed with skill, dignity, and precision. Even in very fine condition, the portrait remains bold and impressive, showing the king's determined expression and giving the coin a strong presence that collectors appreciate deeply. The reverse of the coin features Britannia, the iconic symbol of Britain's maritime strength. Her seated figure holding a trident and shield instantly represents power, protection, and tradition. Even after decades, the design remains elegant and striking, and in very fine condition, many lines, waves, and details are still beautifully visible. This artistic quality is one of the major forces driving demand for the 1940 penny. What makes this coin unique is that it emerges from a wartime period when metal usage, production planning, and public demand shifted dramatically. Every coin minted during these years had a purpose, a story, and a connection to national survival. This historical backdrop elevates the 1940 penny far beyond ordinary currency. It becomes a collectible with an emotional and historical impact that few other coins can match. Collectors today are especially drawn to this coin because the wartime years created circumstances where many coins were heavily used, damaged, or lost. Finding a 1940 penny in very fine condition is becoming more challenging each year, and this increasing scarcity is driving strong interest in the market. People understand that coins from turbulent times often become the most valued, and this penny proves that perfectly. The rarity of well-preserved examples continues to boost demand. Although millions were originally minted, the number that survive in desirable condition is dramatically smaller. Very fine examples are considered premium collectibles and regularly attract enthusiastic buyers. The coin's age, historical timing, and condition all contribute to its reputation as a high-value piece in today's numismatic scene. Condition plays a major role in determining the final value of any collectible, and the 1940 penny shines in very fine condition. Its surfaces retain detail, its fields still show definition, and its natural aging gives it character without overpowering the design. Collectors always pay more for coins that balance age with beauty, and this one offers that balance perfectly. The current action market for British pre-decimal coins is more active than ever. Collectors are expanding worldwide, and World War II-era coins are experiencing a surge in attention. Online auctions, trading markets, and specialist groups frequently report strong competition for coins like the 1940 penny, especially in higher grades. Because of this increasing activity, values have become stronger and more exciting for owners and investors alike. In terms of dollar value, very fine examples can reach impressive levels depending on visual appeal, color, and clarity of design. Buyers who appreciate wartime history are willing to offer premium prices for pieces that stand out. The rising demand from collectors in the USA, Europe, Australia, and Asia has created a global market that continues pushing values upward. This expanding international interest is one of the reasons this coin carries millionaire-level potential for those who discover rare examples. Investors and collectors both see this coin as a powerful long-term asset. Its connection to World War II, its beautiful design, and its increasing scarcity make it a dependable performer in the collectible world. As time passes, fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation or in the market, meaning the value trend is strongly upward. This future growth makes the 1940 penny a smart hold for anyone looking to benefit from numismatic appreciation. For collectors looking to protect their investment, proper storage is essential. Keeping the coin in a safe holder, protecting it from humidity, and handling it as little as possible will ensure that its very fine condition remains intact. Preservation is key because every year that passes makes a well-kept example even more desirable to buyers. Another helpful tip is to pay attention to the coin's natural toning. Many 1940 pennies develop a rich brown or reddish-brown color over time, and collectors absolutely love these shades. A coin with beautifully aged color can attract more attention and stronger offers in the market. Building a small wartime collection around the 1940 penny can also increase its long-term value. Collectors appreciate complete themes, and having multiple World War II-era coins adds story, depth, and investment strength to a collection. The 1940 penny is a perfect centerpiece for such a theme because of its historical meaning and stunning design. In conclusion, the UK 1 penny 1940 coin in very fine condition stands strong as one of the most captivating and potentially high-value coins from the wartime era. It combines beauty, rarity, demand, and historical meaning in a way few coins can match. Whether you already own one or hope to discover one, this coin represents an extraordinary opportunity to hold a piece of history that continues to rise in value and excitement year after year.